Para. How you doing today, sis? What's your name? My name's Sam. Do you know, can you find yourself on this sign? Anywhere, like, if you fill out a job application, what you put down as your race? African American. African American. But this is what God called you Judah.
That's right.
That what you is. You a Judah. Do you know who else? Christ, the black Messiah, he's not a white man. He came from the tribe of Judah. Did you know that? Did you know Christ was a black man? Most of our people don't. If you check this out right here, this is what we remember growing up. Because I remember that. This is not Christ. That's not Christ. The true image of Christ more look like that. Not saying that him, but that fit the description of Christ in the Bible.
Right.
And we can prove that to you. We can prove that. But it's very special. If you got Christ's blood running through your veins, you gotta look like who? Not a white man. Not a white man. Read.
Revelation chapter 1 and verse 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool.
And I want you to listen too, brother. It said Christ's head and his hairs on his face were white like wool. Now what texture is woolly? There you go. There you go. And yeah, that's a straight for this white man right here. Right. Read.
As white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire.
It said his eye was a flame of fire because he drank wine in moderation. You read that in Genesis on the 49th chapter, in the 12th verse. Let's get there, let's get there. Because you know how when we drink strong drink stuff, the white part of our eyes, they turn a little red. Same thing you're talking about. It's already prophesied in the Bible. Read.
Genesis chapter 49 and verse 12. His eyes shall be red with wine.
About Christ and his teeth.
And his teeth white with milk.
Right. Let's go back to Revelation. Read.
Verse 15. Revelation chapter 1 and verse 15.
Check this out.
And his feet like unto fine brass.
So they said his feet like unto fine brass. So what color is brass? Like a bronze, right? Now let's see how dark skin Christ can get. Cause if your feet bronze, that means your legs, your arms, everything bronze, right? Read.
As if they burned in a furnace.
So if you throw that brass, that bronze in a furnace without fire, what color it turn? Not red. If you burn something, it gonna turn black.
Yes, right.
So Christ was a very dark-skinned man. Very dark-skinned. So he no olive color. He was no Jewish. He was a Jew. The Jews is the so-called blacks in the Spanish and Native American. Let's get there in Jeremiah. Go to Jeremiah first. Jeremiah 17 and 4. Let's see what color was the Jews was. Because most of our people, we see like images. Because they gave us an image for us to do what? Be lost. But we can see them as God, not our own brothers and sisters. That's why they throw the image out there. Let's get there. Here, Jeremiah 14. Read.
Jeremiah chapter 14 and verse 2. Judah mourning, and the gates thereof languish. They are black.
What color Judah is?
They are black unto the ground.
They said the Jews are black unto the ground. This is what the Bible said. The Bible said the Jews are black, which is us. So they took our history to keep us lost. Because they knew when we wake up, their history is gone. That's why they put us on slavery, on slave ships. That's why they put some iron upon our necks to do what? To get our mind off of who? The Most High God commandments. That's why they said the Sabbath day is Sunday. Right. Instead of today is the Sabbath day. That's why they did all those things. But the Jews are the so-called black and the Spanish and American. That's who we are. Judah. Now, with that being said, do you know the slave ships, everything is in the Bible? It was prophesied already in the Bible. It's prophesied because let's get there. Let's get Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 47. And see why did we go into captivity? Why did we go into slavery? Read.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 47. Because thou servest not the Lord thy God with joyfulness and with gladness of heart, for the abundance of all things. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies
So the so-called blacks and Hispanics and Native Americans, we didn't listen to the Most High God commandments with joy and with gladness. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna serve our who? Enemies. We're gonna serve our enemies. And now, like the election day, did you vote it?
I did.
Did you know it was prophesied in the Bible not to vote? Knowing that you Israel from the tribe of Judah, and that you went on slavery, on slave ship, your ancestors, that your ancestors were beat, bored, murdered by the oppressed, by the so-called white man, Chinese man, Japanese man.
That's right.
By knowing that, God told us not to vote as Israelites. Even Deuteronomy chapter 17, verse 15. Watch this. Watch this. But this right here, this is laws right here. We're going over not to vote. Did you vote? Did you vote, sis? What's your name? My name's Sarah. And we're going over that the so-called blacks and Hispanics, Native Americans, that we Israelites, according to the Bible, that we went on slavery, on slave ship, that our name was going to be changed into another name. By knowing that, we can vote for the other people.
Right.
God told us to vote for our people. Let's get that.
Deuteronomy chapter 17 and verse 15. Thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee, whom the Lord thy God shall choose.
He said, who the Lord thy God shall choose. Why he said that? Let's read.
One from among thy brethren shalt thou set king over thee.
He said, one from among our brethren, Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Ephraim, Manasseh, Simeon, all the way down. This is our brothers right here. So what tribe are you from? Did you know you were Israelite? So what? If you fill out a job application, what would you put down as your race? Black. So you're from the tribe of Judah.
That's right.
Did you know Christ was a black from the tribe of Judah? Okay, you know he was black, but did you know your veins, his blood running through your veins?
Right.
You're an Israelite, sis. You're an Israelite. Your ancestors went through slavery on slave ships.
That's right.
Brought over here to this country to do what? To serve who? The white man. But they sold us to slavery. They beat us. They barred us. The same white man that we put in office.
Right.
The same one. Now with that being said, now Deuteronomy 17, 15, going into we should not vote for those people. We should not set them over us. Because God, he gonna set kings over us. That's what the Most High God said. Let's read that. Yeah.
Thou mayest not set a stranger over thee.
The Bible said that shall not set a stranger over thee. And the so-called Esau, the white man, they strangers. They strangers against who? The children of Israel. They strangers of us. Read.
Which is not thy brother.
He is not our brother. He is not our brother. So, but you didn't know that stuff. But you didn't know. But this is what you're gonna get right here. This is priceless right here. It ain't no coincidence that you came, that your spirit say, okay, I'm gonna go see what these young men got to say. But the Most High God, he's talking to you right now. But this ain't not our word. The Most High God talking to you, sis. Read.
Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself.
The Most High God chose the who? The Israelites, the so-called blacks and Hispanics and Native Americans, to be a special people unto himself. Unto himself. It's gonna get deeper than that. Read.
Above all people.
Above all people. Read.
That are upon the face of the earth.
So the Most High God said we above everybody that are upon the face of the earth. There's people on this side. You say you were so-called black woman, but you're not. You're an Israelite according to this Bible. From the tribe of Judah, sis. The same tribe that Christ himself, the black Messiah, came from. The black Messiah came from. No, you didn't know that. Because we were taught wrong. We were taught wrong. Psalm 83. Psalm 83. This is why you didn't know that. Because our enemies, they seek out laws. They try to change laws to keep us on a sin. That's what they do. So we got to realize we got to come back together as an Israelite to keep God's commandments. How you doing, sis? Read.
The book of Psalms, chapter 83 and verse 2. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult.
Who are our enemies here today? Who our enemy, sis? Yes, the so-called white man is our enemy.
That's right.
Read.
And they that hate thee have lifted up the head.
He said, they that hate thee have lifted up the head. And lift up the heads. Read.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
So guess what they do? They get a lot, you know, those circles, the government circles, that's what they do. They come together and make crafty counsel against his people. What the crafty counsel is, they change your nationality. Saying you a black. No, you're an African-American. No, you're an Afro-American. No, and they change our religion. Saying you a Baptist. You're Seventh-day Adventist. Keep us what? Separate. Keep us separate. Because religion is garbage. All religion is garbage.
That's right.
Read.
And consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
It said the name of Israel. That's why you didn't know. Because your oppressor did a good job on us. They put yokes of iron upon our neck. They said the name of Israel shall be no more in remembrance.
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission, minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are how men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.